Hi, everybody. We are live. I'll wait for some people to hop on in. Hope everyone's having a good day. We're going to be playing with some mixed media today. And of course, we've got to have our cocktails or our mocktails. Hi, Dana. Dana's our first one in. How are you today? Debbie's not here yet. Wow, that's okay. Oh, glad you're good. How's your weather, Dana? It was warmer earlier. It's dropping here now. I think it's going to rain again. I'm just waiting for a few more people to pop on in. We'll give them another minute or two. And then I will go ahead and get started. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. 72 and sunny is nice. What I am going to do, because part of what we're doing today really needs to sit. I'm going to use the frame. Actually, I'm working with the, sorry about that, the camera. I am working with the May Mixed Media Kit. Hi, Sylvia. And what I'm going to do is, darn it, I didn't put my mat down. Hopefully my mat's not, oh no, that mat's awful. Where's my other mat? I think I cleaned it after the last one. I did. Okay. So we're going to put our mat down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the frame. I'm using the, yeah, it doesn't feel like summer here yet, Dana. Like I said, I'm using the May Mixed Media Kit. And what I'm going to do is I've got these vintage photo booth photos, and I'm going to use one of these with this frame, and I'm going to be using our One Step Crackle medium that was in there. And I didn't want to do this last night because I wanted you guys to be able to see it. And so I picked out a picture that I'm going to use, and we're going to put it onto our frame here. Oh. Okay, so we've got it on here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and trim this and turn it over and trim it, because I'm going to put the crackle on top of this. Yeah, the photo pad is fun to use, because I want to get this started so that hopefully by the time that we're done, it will have dried. I'm not going to do a super thick layer because I know that's going to take time to dry. And so we've got it down, and I'm going to take a quick file real quick. If I can grab a file real quick. I didn't think about that, or I would have had one out for you guys already. There they are. Okay, I got my file. Funny, Sylvia. That's cute. Your skin is not cracked. Okay. So I'm just filing that evenly from my cutting, just so it looks decent all the way around. No big deal. Okay, so this is what we've got. And this is why I try and give you the center of the frames when I put chipboard in the kit, so that you'll have it. All right, our crackle is good. And I'm going to just put some in the center. Try not to get an air bubble like I just did. And I'm going to spread it out a little bit more. And just a nice little even layer here. Nothing big. And like I said, I'm not doing it super thick because I want it to dry by the time we're done with the project. And if you can, try not to get any air bubbles in it. Little drop more. Oh. All right. So I've got that all covered. And I'm going to sit this way, way, way out of my way, so that, oh, shoot. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to record on my phone as well. And that's why I keep holding it like this. All right, there we are. Okay. Let me put this on video. There we go. Trying to do a little bit of the TikTok-y stuff too. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying it. Okay, so I'm going to sit this way, way out of my way so that I don't stick my finger in it. So it's going to go way back there so I don't mess it up. Okay. And now we're going to move on to the little mini canvases. This is what we're going to use. But I was torn, so I figured I'd let you guys decide. What do you want me to do for the background on this? Because I have no idea. While you're thinking about it, I'm going to take the frame. I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with? Oh my gosh. You're telling me? What? You just told me. Okay, why is Siri talking? Siri's talking to me, you guys. And I don't know where that came from, which is wild. But okay, so we're going to take the frame, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of clear gesso and paint the frame. So here we go. Little gesso and a quick paintbrush. You guys, I cleaned my jar. Look how clean my jar is. That jar hasn't been that clean since I first got it and started using it for my paintbrushes and all the mediums and stuff. What are you guys talking about? Oh, thanks, Dana. Thanks, Sylvia. I try. And so, like I said, just a little bit of some clear gesso, because you want to prime this, because if you're going to use anything other than paint on it, like alcohol inks and stuff like that, it's going to soak right into the chipboard. The chipboard will suck it all in. So you want to go ahead and prime it first. We've talked about all this fun stuff. So I hope you guys have your thinking cap on what you want me to do with the background. The techie stuff. We're all still learning the techie stuff, I think. So what do you guys got going on? Anything fun for the weekend? Any craft plans? Share those plans with me. I'm dying to hear. Sylvia, I think your kit. Yeah, alcohol inks are on the table, but I've got all the mediums from all the other ones. It's just that the alcohol inks were in the May kit, and that's why it's sitting here, because I have the crackle and the canvas and everything else from the kit. So we can do just about anything. And I was saying, Sylvia, I think your kit may be there by the weekend. Oh, that's nice, Dana. Have a nice visit with your son. Okay, y'all. So that is done. We'll let that dry. And I swore I had a stencil sitting here. Let me grab a stencil, because I thought I had a stencil sitting out. I think because a lot of this is going to be covered, I think we're going to do, how about we just do some modeling paste on the corners and then we color that? How's that sound? Oh, that sounds fun too, Sylvia. Has it been a while since you guys have seen each other? Or do you guys get to see each other a lot? All right. I'm grabbing out this big old box of stencils, because I have more stencils than any normal person, and I'm just going to grab that. And we're going to use whatever stencil we find on that. How's that sound? Sounds good to me. A lot of background noise because I have a lot of stuff sitting here right by my chair. Hopefully I didn't knock my water over. No, I didn't knock my water over. Okay. Man, this table got crowded quick, didn't it? Ooh, what movies you watching, Dana? Okay, let's do something fun on the corners. Let's do, this is one of my favorite ones and probably one of my most used. And so we're just going to keep it that way, as you can tell, because all the lettering is gone. But how about we do some swirly stuff on the corners? Sound good to you guys? Sounds good to me. Oh, that's nice that you guys try and get together that often. Do you live close to each other or no? All right, I'm just looking for the modeling paste. That's all. It's on the little swirly right behind me. Modeling paste. There we are. Oh. Make them gold? Okay. So we can do that. We will start off by adding the swirls. You know what? Because this is so small, why don't we just cover the whole thing? How's that sound, you guys? You guys don't mind if I cover the whole thing, do you? I didn't think you did. So if you don't know, this is our anniversary month. This is year 7. And I have to say, I'm still enjoying it. I did go through a little period of time where I was kind of in a funk, but not because of the business. But, you know, sometimes when you take your hobby and you turn it into a business, it turns into a lot of work, and sometimes it may take the fun out of it for you. And so I got into a little bit of a funk, but I am back. And when I say I got into a funk, I just didn't want to craft is what it was. But I am back. I am having fun. And I am grateful for all of you guys that have kept us in business for 7 years and hopefully some more to come. I don't know if it's going to be another 7, but at least for right now, we're looking to the future, at least next year. So hopefully you guys will continue this ride with me. I don't want to say it was something that I did on a whim or spur of the moment, but at the time when I decided to do it, I felt it was the right thing for me to do and it was the right time for me to do it. So that's what led us here. And I'm hoping that with the state of the economy right now, and I don't want to get political, I'm just stating the state of the economy right now. I know that people have to tighten their belts. So I'm hoping that you guys will be able to continue this journey with me, is what I'm trying to say, because it's even tough for us as small businesses. Alrighty. So this, I'm doing both cameras. I got a camera over here. And this is what we're looking like so far. All right, hoping you guys can see that and you're liking that so far. We got to let that dry, so I'm going to sit that way back out of my way. And let's deal with the frame. I want to, even though I wanted to, we're going to use a mix of some brown. I don't know if you guys remember getting this brown in your kit, but we did get this in a kit a while back. I love these little paints. And this one is kind of like a glaze. So it's not your full on super thick acrylic paint is what I'm trying to say. Oh, I'm sorry, Sylvia. I hope things work out and things get better for you, but I completely understand. Okay, so this is like a glaze. And so as you see, it's not fully covering. It's covering, but you're not getting that opaque cover that you would get from an acrylic paint. And that's exactly what I was looking for, because we're going to go over this with some wax. We're going to use some of the wax. I haven't used wax in a while, and I love using the wax. So that's what we're doing. So enough of that heavy stuff. I mean, it's what's going on, but it's heavy stuff. We're here to have some fun and some crap. What are you guys thinking? What are you guys drinking? I've got a mocktail. And you know, when I have a mocktail, what do I normally have? Kombucha. So that's what I have. I have a combination of pineapple, peach, lemon, and cucumber. I've been doing green juices all week as a little bit of a detox. I had a rough weekend. My brother had a friend in town from Spain last week. And so we went out a few nights. And so I was like, I need a detox after that, because we went out tequila tasting on Wednesday night. Green mango tea, yummy, and orange Fanta. All right, you guys. So we went out tequila tasting on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, it's a date night. You guys know Thursdays are date nights for hubby and I. And it's my pick tonight, and I have no idea what we're going to do. I think we're going to stay in and watch some Netflix, and I think I'm going to order some takeout. I don't feel like doing anything. The rain has got me in the blast. So, all right. So we are all glazed here. And it looks very pretty and vintagey. And actually, because we use this glaze, I'm glad that I did the clear gesso on top of it. So we're going to set that aside and let it dry. We're going to go back to our canvas, and it's not dry yet. So I am going to hit it a little bit with the glue gun. Sorry about the noise, you guys. Okay, sorry about that. But this is where we are now. Our frame is dry, just about. A little tacky in a couple of places, but yeah, just about dry. And here is our canvas, and it's all dry. It's my other camera over here. It's going to be fun editing this other video, I promise you that. Okay, so next we are going in with some wax, and I'm going to use Old White. And I'm only going to be using a little bit of it. So again, onto the mat. And if you have a mat down, this is always the easiest way to do this stuff. If you don't have a tray, just a mat. Yeah, it's a Tim Holtz stencil. It's an old one though. They may still sell it because I know it was pretty popular, but I can't tell you which one it was because with me using it so much and washing it, that all the writing has come off of it. Okay, and so what I was saying is if you have a mat, it's easier. You can just put little dabs of stuff on your mat, and we're going to use our finger. And have you ever smelled this wax? It smells so good. And I don't want a whole lot. And I'm just going to lightly rub randomly. And see, that was a little bit too much there. And I'm really not liking how the white's going. So I'm going to dig into my stash here real quick. And I think I'm going to grab like a gold. What do you think about a gold on there? I think that would be much better. Or bronze. Let's see what the bronze looks like. Because I'm really not liking that. Oop. Oh, I don't think we're... Oh, there we go. I was going to say, I don't know if we'll be using the bronze. The bronze is kind of close to the color that was already on here. And all the bronze is doing is just giving it a sheen. So we're going to go over it with that just to give it a sheen. But then I'm going to pick another color anyway. I like layering the colors. And so really all this is doing is just deepening that glaze that we put on it. I'm not sure, Sylvia. We'll have to see if any of the past kits that you got, you know what? Maybe not. We haven't had any wax in a while. I had to look and see what's available. Speaking of what's available, there is a Prima Zoom for retailers this evening, and it's going to be showing us they're coming out with 2 new collections. And so they'll be previewing the new collections for us. All right, I don't know if you can see this or not, but it just gives us a sheen. Well, I know you can't see it till I hold it up to the camera. But I don't know if you see the sheen. So we're going to grab another color. Ooh, this might be good. How about some red amber? And I am going to take a stippling brush with this one because even though it looks funky, it is still good. Here we go. Here we go. Oh yeah, this is perfect. And I'm just stippling around it randomly. And then just give it a brush. Yeah, this is giving it great color. That's pretty. Really pretty. Green might. That's what I was just thinking as I was stippling this on. This is kind of giving it a rust color. So maybe if I grab like a teal or turquoise or something and use that, maybe we can give this like a little patina color. Is that what you're going for? Is that what you were thinking about, Sylvia? So yeah, let's grab another color. Let's see. I'm thinking maybe the peacock. It's a little bright, but I think we can tone it down enough. Let me grab another stippling brush. All righty. I think that's working. And then we'll go back in with some of the orange, kind of buff those together. But I think that worked. So also, I don't know if you guys know, but at the end of this month, I will be going to, it's called Craft Utopia. It's almost like what CHA used to be, but it's on a little smaller scale. I don't know if you know, but as a small business, sometimes I order directly from the manufacturers, but we also have distribution warehouses like Notions. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Notions or anything like that, but they house stuff on a large scale. Like that's where we get our 49 and Market stuff from, because 49 and Market no longer sells directly to the consumer. So we have to order through Notions. Well, there's another company that has started putting on a crafters event like CHA. And that'll be at the end of this month, and it'll be in Vegas. So I will be going to that. And it's a week-long event. And a lot of the manufacturers show up there as well, too. But it's strictly paper crafting. It's not like the new NAMTA is. Like I skipped that show this year because NAMTA is still, in my opinion, geared towards the fine art people. So what do you guys think? Can you see it? Or do I need to add a little bit more? It's kind of subtle. You tell me. Here we are. There's with the turquoise. So anyway, I'll be going to that. And like I said, it's a week-long event. The first night, it starts on Monday. And the first night, of course, is the welcome. And then the next 2 days, I will be in class creating projects with manufacturers all day long, from like 9 in the morning to 5 in the evening. And then there's going to be events after that too. Like they're going to have what they call this product lightning round, where, okay, we're sitting out aside and we're going back to our canvas now that it's still a little damp. I'm going to hit it again and then I'll finish the story. Okay, the reason I could tell it was still a little damp is because some of the modeling paste was still shiny. And I think I'm going to turn it this way because I like the way that swirl is going. So anyway, like I said, they're going to have this product lightning round where other manufacturers come up and show us. Oh, I didn't zoom you guys in. Why don't you tell me to zoom you guys in? Let me zoom you in some. That's much better. Okay. So the manufacturers will do this product lightning round where they will quickly show us their new releases, you know, for the next month, the next 6 months, however they decide to do their releases. So they'll be showing us that. And they will also, I'm just looking for the Foundry Wax. We're going to use these two, the Mixative and the Foundry Wax. They're going to be showing off their new products for however long, whether they've got the next month release, the next 6 month release, however they're going to do it is how they're going to do it. So we'll be doing that. And then there's also going to be this whole kind of big make and take with all the manufacturers too, where you go around to each and every table, each and every manufacturer, and you do some type of make and take. So we'll be doing that as well. And then on the last 2 days, it will be order writing day. So now after I've played with all these products and I've, you know, seen all these projects, I can go ahead and sit down with the manufacturers and place orders. So that's what I'll be doing at the end of the month. And then after that, and that's in Vegas, if I didn't tell you, that's in Las Vegas for a week. And then after that, I'll be leaving there and going on vacation. I'll be flying from Vegas to Seattle. And in Seattle, I'll be getting on a cruise for an Alaskan cruise. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just trying to, I want to do some powders. That's what I want. That's what I'm looking for. Let's do some magicals with this too. Let's take this orange and I'm going to get another color that's not going to make it muddy looking. So let's take, no, that yellow is going to make it muddy. Let's try some antique gold and a little bit of gluten tag teal. What do you think about those colors, you guys? What do you think? Yeah, so it's going to be super busy. Okay, what do you think about these 3 colors? And you always start with your lightest color. So, and I like these because they're the shakers. And so I can just tap where I want. And we'll tap a little orange. And hopefully this doesn't make a big muddy swirl. I probably should have done these one layer at a time, but we're having fun and we're experimenting, right? So let's have some fun and experiment. Oh, teal is pretty loose, so we're going to have a lot of teal on here. All right. Where's our water? Here's our water. And I'm going to spray from pretty far back. You can't even see it. That's how far back I'm spraying. How pretty. So far. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a paper towel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to blot in a couple of those areas. Where it got a little muddy. And then I'm going to dry. Okay, this is where we're at. Sylvia, what part of the magicals confuse you? And I'm just going to go back in with some more. And actually, I'm going to skip the antique gold because I think that's the color that was making it muddy. I'm going to go back in with a little more orange because we got a lot of teal there. So I'm going to tap in a little bit more orange. Let's see if we can help you with the with why the magicals are confusing for you. And just a little tab of the teal. But I want to get some more orange in here. Don't worry. I know these colors seem bright for this to be antique, but we are going to tone it down. And like I said, I'm spraying from way back here. Here we are. Going to do a little bit of blotting. And we're going to dry again. Okay. Well, that's all I'm doing, Sylvia, is making a mess. No, you can't use them with embossing as embossing powder. Because they don't get the texture as an embossing powder, if that makes sense. We're going to go in with some alcohol inks too. And I've got two. I've got the thicker one, the Mixative, which is this one, which is I'm trying to shake it. And I've got the Foundry Wax. Because remember, the Foundry Wax is Lake alcohol ink, but it's not. It's more like a liquid wax. And so can you hear the in there? You got to make sure that this is shaken up really well. And then same thing with our Mixative, because what I'm going to do with the Mixative is we're going to splatter it. Well, yeah, they blow. What you need is, if you're going to use the heat gun, you've got to put some water on them first. I'm going in with this Tim Holtz stipple. And I'm trying to stipple in some of this stuff dries really quick. So you got to work really quick with it. And with the Foundry Wax, I'm going directly to the canvas. I'm doing some drops from a distance. And then what you have to do is heat these. You see how the middle ones, I got them to run in the middle? That's just from heating them, the top ones. And if you heat them from the back, it's probably a little bit better. I'm going to try and hit them from the top. Okay, see how I got them to run better now? Once you heat them, they're just wax. And so because I didn't do them that thick, that's why it took a little more work to get them to run. And I burned myself with the heat gun. You aren't crafting unless you have a craft accident, right? So yeah. Now we're going to go in with some ink, some archival ink. And I'm just going to take my little blending tool here. And I'm just going to start from the outside, going around the edges. Kind of dirtying it up a little bit. And now I think I'm going to go back in with a little more of the orange. And a little more of the teal. I just want to tone down some of the white that's in here. I don't want all that white to show through. Ooh, ooh. For me, that may have been a little too much. Okay. And my water. And a spritz again. There it is. That's what we're looking for. That beautiful brightness there. All right, we're going to set that aside for a minute. And what we're going to do is, first, I'm going to close the tops on all of these because I'll knock them over and make a mess. So I try and put the lids on everything because, and we're going to go back and we're going to go and find our girl here and see how she's doing as far as drying. And she is not 100% dry yet. And I'm going to try, because typically you don't want to heat your crackle because then it won't crackle well. But since this is almost dry, it's just our center, I'm going to hit it a little bit from a distance. Yeah, she may not dry before we finish this. So, but we will still be able to. This is where we're going right now. This is the look we're trying to achieve. You can see that there. This is what we're going for. And I want that to crackle so that once it's crackled and it's get the fine crackles in there, I can take my ink and just go over it with the ink over the crackles to make the crackles stand out. So we're going to sit that back there again, and we're going to come back to here. Now, what I was thinking about doing is I did a couple of die cuts. I did brown and I did green, and I was thinking about adding that there. Is that too much? You guys think? Here, let me put the green on so you can see how that's going to look. What do you think? Is that going to be too much? And I want to elevate this. I want to pop this up a little bit. Is that too much? What do you guys think? Dana likes the brown one. Okay, let's put it back. Let's try the brown one again. I think the brown one kind of mutes the colors a little bit. Yeah, it does cover the background too. I wanted to, so we should just leave it. No doily, no die cut. We're just going to leave it like this. Okay, that works for me. And so now, of course, it's time to what? Get out some flowers. So into the flower drawer we go, because as you can see, I didn't plan any of this. So I don't have flowers out or anything. Do we want colored flowers or do we want like neutral flowers? What do you guys think? What if I cut it in half? You know what? I'm thinking, you know what else we need? We need some, oh, got it stashed here. That's not the good one. We need some gauze. And so I'm just going to randomly cut a piece off of here and we're going to work it in, because if we're only going to use half of that, we got to make it work. All right, so we're going to take some of this and I'm going to cut that again for now. And we're going to start off here. And as we go, we're going to bunch. I don't want to cut this yet. Okay, that's still too much. So one thing about this, you don't need a lot of it. I'm thinking instead of the doily, we add some of this, and then you'll still be able to see the background, but you'll have some of this coming off here and here. What do you guys think about that? All right. And we said maybe both on flowers. So, oh, let's pull out the little flowers and see. We don't want the white. We don't want the pink. No blue. Ah, I've got some orange, some brown. There we go. Some orange, some brown. We've got some teal ones here too, and some more orange ones. So there we go. Got a little yellow too. All right, so that's what we're going to do with flowers and a little softer yellow. I know if I keep going through this, I will keep pulling out flowers. So, oh, we got that one out already. So tell me which flowers you like. I know I want to use the teal and, or sea glass is what they call this. And I'm going to use the smaller ones. And so we're going to start we're going to put some of them down here. And I like this orange one, and I like this little brown one, this neutral one as well. So I like that one there. I think that looks perfect. What do you think? Yeah, I think that looks great. I think that's how we're going to do that. That works out so, so well. Oh, and never, ever, ever throw away any of your broken resin pieces, because I think maybe right up there, right up under it. And it's a little stark in color, so we're going to take a little wax, and I am going to go with maybe a gold this time. Let's see what vintage gold is going to give us for the wax. If I can get in there, my fingernails are getting in the way. Oh, let me just grab another stipple brush because my nails are in the way. That's not a stipple brush. I need a stipple brush. I need a little stipple brush. I only have big stipple brushes. Oh no, I have a little one. I have a little one. There it is. Okay, stipple brush. Got some gold. I don't think we're doing too well with this gold. Doesn't want to come out. No, emerald, copper, green, brass. Let's go back to the bronze. Yeah, let's go back to the bronze. Of course, now I can't get it open. This is what happens when you try and do stuff live. All right, let's see what the vintage silk looks like, because that one looks a little browner. There we go. That's not going to work. It's going to be too light. Oh, maybe not. That's working. It's giving it some color, but not too much. It's giving color. Okay, so there's our piece. I don't know if you can see the color. But definitely, once I put it back up here now, you can truly tell that there is a difference. And that was vintage silk is the color that we used. There we go. Vintage silk is what we used. Okay. So I think we are ready to put this little piece together. No, we're missing one thing. Of course, we've got to add some sentiments to it. So I pull out my little sentiment stickers. And we just need a little tiny sentiment for this. These are all so long. Let's see if we can find a small one. Let's see. We need to make up a story for Our Lady. Let's see. Back in the day, what would be a good story for her? That would help. The archival ink probably would have worked on that too. I probably would have had to have used some gesso on it first just so it would grip and not slide off. But so what we're going to do now is I'm going to mush this a little bit, and we're going to add a little glue to the center. And we're going to add this. We're going to mush it up the way that we want. And the center doesn't matter because remember, you're not even going to see the center of it. And we're going to take that out a little bit. And if you need to add a little bit more, that's fine. Get it stuck down the way you want it. Okay, we've got our little lady here, and she's still not quite dry yet, but she's going to go like right there in the center. And so I'm going to go ahead and glue her down. You guys might not get to see the crackle until I post a picture of the completed version. But I didn't want to pre-do the crackle, so I could have just pre-did the crackle and then explained to you guys what I did. But here we are. All right, so I've got her stuck down the way I want. And I want to put my frame on, but I want my frame lifted just a little bit instead of it sitting perfectly in, because what I may do is add another layer of crackle. So I have got some of the smallest, and I've got to find it. I've got some super thin foam tape. And I've got some little dots too. And actually what's going to help us is the flowers. Because first of all, I want to put down this flower. And if we sit the frame's going to sit on top of one of the flowers. So that will push it up off some anyway. She's a mom and a farmer's wife that works all day long. Okay, I could see that. I could see that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here. So I know where I want to sit my flowers, so I know where my frame's going. Yeah, I could see her being a mom. She's got that mom face. Okay. Now again, working with my frame here. Do I want... Okay, we're going to go ahead and put our corner down. So we're adding all our glue. And we've got this little ribbon. It's so, so cute. Just going to add that there. And now next up, I've got to, even though this is so thin, I've got to cut it in half to make it even thinner so it doesn't show through our frame. So I've cut it in half. And I'm going to take a half at a time. And I'm going to take it onto some of the bigger pieces. Where are my tweezers? Because my hands are bulky. So I'm going to add it like right here. The kids are acting. You are great at this storytelling, Sylvia. I love it. And I think I found the sticker for her for that. Okay. Got a little white piece here. And another little white piece here we're going to stick. So, cut these. See a little place up here we can put this. Just doing my best to, as my friends and I used to say, hide my mechanics. And that's just the little things that you do. Like when you're putting your tape and stuff on, you don't want those to show through. So we're like, always make sure you hide your mechanics. So we're trying to hide our mechanics, and I think we did a pretty good job of it. I think so. Yep, we did. All right, so I'm going to go and start to peel these off. I don't understand why your children's teacher didn't care for your imagination unless it transferred over to your kids and they were telling the wild stories in school too. But I love a great imagination. And I think part of having a great imagination is someone who likes to read. I love to read. And when I'm reading, and I like mysteries and thrillers and, things like that. So when I'm reading, of course, they give you a description of the characters, but for me, the story doesn't come alive until I know what the characters look like. So I make them up in my mind. All right, so here we go. We're going to fit that right back over top. Let me make sure that fits there. Here we go. We've got it. And now we're just going to add some more flowers. Oh. And I'm using more foam tape for the flowers. You guys, I'm such a messy scrapper. Remember how clear my table was when I first started? And look at it now. It's so full. It is so full. And I've pushed myself into this little area like this. Oh, you guys can't see. Wait till I back out and you see how messy this desk is and how I backed myself into this little bitty area. We're adding that one there. Oh, and her pearl fell off. Poor little mama. Look at that. Her pearl fell off. So we're just going to add some glue and throw her pearl right back in there. All right. And so now that we know her story, let's find oh, you had to help with homework and the teacher would tell them to use their spelling words to make a story. Oh, that would be lots of fun. Should we tell mama to just breathe? Or should we tell her to, let's see, what do we got here? Let's see. We tell her never give up, or let's see. I think I'm like in just breathe. Yeah, I'm thinking I like just breathe. What do you guys think? Is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Or find yourself. I don't think I see an accept the moment. I'm looking. I see a be in the moment. Let me see if I have another one that has different sentiments on it. Let's see. This one. That's the same one. Oh, wait, I've got another one. Let's see. Nope, those are singles. Let's see what we got here. Small talk. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's find something that we can use for her. Remember the now? Let's see. Trying to find something for mom. How about you are enough? Because I know sometimes moms just never think they're enough. How about we let her know she's enough, or stronger than yesterday? What do you think? I think you are enough. I really think that. Because moms, you never think you're enough, and you really are. Yeah, I like that one too. Okay, so we're going to do that. But because this is a stark white, we're going to add some ink to it. And I'm not going to add any extra ink to my blending tool. I'm just going to go ahead and use the one that I had. Or no, maybe I am. It does need some more ink on it. Just, oh no, that's black. I need brown. Good thing I was paying attention, or I'd have been mad. We're just going to add some brown to it. Yep, that's good. And I'm going to add a lot more around the edges. And we're going to cover that up, or I'll have ink all up my arm. And I think I want to give this a little wrinkle. Don't want it in here perfectly, do we? And we're going to add a little bit of glue to it. Tell her you are enough. Her face kind of says that to her kids. Enough already, huh? That's what her face says to her kids. And we're just going to push this down a little bit so that I can fill this with some more. I'm going to fill this with some more crackle, and then I'll post the finished project. But this is what we have. This is what we've created today on our live. This is where we're at. Tell me, what do you guys think of the final project? And this was just a little mini that we did use some of the May kit, but then I did pull out some other stuff from past kits, like Magicals are from past kits. The I think I put it back. The white wax was from a past kit. The foundry wax was definitely from a past mixed media kit. The archival ink was from my stash, and then some of the other waxes were definitely from my stash. As you can see, they were quite old. But we did use a lot of stuff from Treasure Lee Kits. Some of these things are still available, some aren't. And so for that project, we are done. And like I said, I will post the finished project. Thank you guys for joining me. And Sylvia, you have been with us from the start to the finish. So Sylvia, you will end up with today's prize, which I haven't figured out what it is yet, but you will end up with today's prize. I will probably put it in your July kits if that's okay with you. Just let me know. And thank you again from the bottom of my heart, you guys supporting us over these past 7 years. Like I said, we would not be here without you. We appreciate it. And we've been trying to show the appreciation all week long with all the sales and all the events. We've got a couple more things coming up. Like I said, it says 7 days of celebration. Today was we started Monday. So today was day 4. So we've got 3 more days to go. So make sure you are following us on social media because we've been posting everything there. Facebook, Instagram. If you're on our YouTube page, then all the links are posted below any of our videos that are there. So make sure that you're following us there so you can take advantage of them because we've got one big, huge prize coming up on the 7th day. And trust me, you guys do not want to miss that huge prize. You're going to have to do a tiny bit of work to be entered into the giveaway for that big, huge giveaway. But trust me, it will be worth it. And I also promised you guys some sneak peeks of the July kit. So before we go, how about a little sneak peek of, let's see. What do I have right here? I have, here, we'll do this. This is going to be a little sneak peek of something that is going to be in the Cards, Tags, and More kit. Are you guys up for some fun, colorful stuff? Because that's what we've got. Look at the colors that are going to be in the July kit. Isn't that stunning? How pretty is that, especially for summertime? Going to be beautiful on cards. So here's a little sneak peek. Oh, thank you, Sylvia. I'm so glad you think our prizes are worth it. We try and make it worth it. Let me see. Do I have anything here that I can give you a little peek of for the... Nah, we're going to leave this little sneak peek at the card kit for July. But again, I'll give you another little peeky peek. That's for our Instagram-y, TikTok-y people. And this is for everyone that's been here on the live. So, so pretty. I'm so excited for this kit. The colors are amazing. Just sheer perfection. So again, thank you guys for joining us. I know this has been kind of hectic, but you know what? Lives are a lot of fun if they're hectic. So with that being said, I'm going to sign off. I can hear hubby pacing, which means he's ready for dinner. And I still don't know what we're eating. Like I said, I'm getting takeout. I don't feel like doing anything else. But I'll get it figured out once I get off of here. But you guys have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful weekend. Again, thank you so much for joining us for our anniversary edition of Crafts and Cocktails. Hope everybody enjoyed their little mocktail today. And I will see you guys the next one. Have a good evening. All right. And we're going to log off as soon as, there we go. Okay. Bye, you guys. Have a great weekend.